Welcome back. Episode 3 on Astrology Wonder. I'm sure you've gone through 1 which is on Mangli, 2 which is on transit, and 3 in Sade Sati now. This is a classic example of how transit works, so that's why I put it in that sequence. Let's begin. We will answer a few very frequently asked questions. Is it a myth? Is Sade Sati good or bad? Why is everyone so scared? And so on. Let's dive into the topic right away. So first of all, Sadesati is an example of transit. It's a concept in astrology. It has no mention in Brihad Parashara Hora Shastra. Then why am I covering? Because I was covering BPHS. Well, simple reason is it's a very well discussed topic in society. It's heavily feared. It is constantly creating a lot of misunderstanding. So I thought it's a good idea to cover. Plus, through my own research, I have seen that it was documented by profound astrologers with deep knowledge of astrology circa 18th century. So I thought I will cover it to address the myths. And is it a hoax? In my opinion, no. There are patterns to it, and hence I see its relevance, but each to his own how they want to go through this topic. But it's definitely a good tool to understand transit. So what is Sadesati? The actual word Sadesati itself means 7.5. Sadesat, 7.5. It's a period of 7.5 years when Saturn transits in 3 houses with respect to your own birth chart. So basically what it means is the status of Saturn in your sky and status of moon in your birth chart is what we look at. So when Saturn is in the sky and your moon is in a certain house in birth chart, when Saturn goes enters a house before where moon is, and then 2.5 years later it comes on the moon, 2.5 years later it crosses the moon. Those are the 3 cycles which total up to 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 to 7.5. And each of these 2.5 cycles is called Dhaya, as in Dhai. And when it comes in the planetary positions, it comes a house before where your moon is. Then it starts. Then it peaks when it's landed on moon, and then it settles when it's crossed the moon. So let's take an example. Let's say as on 17 Jan 2023, Saturn transits from Capricorn to Aquarius. That means from number 10, it has gone to 11. What do you have to do? How do you know whether you have Sadesati or not? Simply look at your birth chart, look at where moon is. Is it in number 10? Then yes, you're under Sadesati. Is it under 11? Then yes, because Saturn has now come to 11. Is it in 12? Then also yes, because it is going to come. So if Saturn is in 10, 11 or 12, then you are under Sadesati with respect to 17 Jan transit. So it is very simple. In your birth chart, you will only look at where moon is positioned. In your transit chart, you will look at where Saturn is positioned. Then you will uh, keep them next to each other and see the link. If you see Saturn and moon linked between before, on and after position with respect to moon, then you are on Sadesati. Let's see some examples. It will become very simple. So like I said, always look at moon in the birth chart and Saturn in transit. In our case, transit, Saturn is in number 11 as of 17 Jan. So don't worry on this chart where Saturn is. Even if it's on 11, it doesn't matter. We are looking at transit right now. In transit, it is in 11. And for this chart, it happens to have come back. So when this child was born, it was traveled and come back. But let's not get confused. Let's look at only 8 here. So if it's 8 here and we know that in the planetary position, Saturn has landed in number 11. So it's neither 7 nor 8 nor 9. So for this particular client, there is no Sadesati going on as of 17th of Jan. Let's look at another example. Here, where is moon? Moon is in number 5. Where is our Saturn in the sky? It's in number 11. So it's not in 4, it's not in 5, it's not in 6. So this person again is not under Sadesati. Let's take another example. Moon is in 10. Whereas Saturn landed in the sky, it's landed in 11. So this person is under Sadesati because he has come in this 7.5 cycle where its moon is in 10. So definitely this person will remain under Sadesati till, so it's crossed the starting period. It has come on peak now, and when it crosses 12, it would have ended. So again, exercise, look at your birth chart, look at where moon is, and if your moon currently, as of 17 Jan 2023, is in Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces, that is zodiac numbers 10, 11, and 12, then you are going through Sadesati. When will it end for you? It'll end for you. You look at where it started, the house before the moon, start counting 2.5, 2.5, 2.5, and then you will get the end date. Okay, so is everyone today who has moon in their birth chart in Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces? Today, as in, I'm just taking a referral date of 17 Jan 2023. Do all these people who have their moon in Capricorn, Aquarius, or Pisces under Sadesati? Yes. So some of you who have it in Capricorn have finished your settling period. The ones who have an Aquarius, moon in Aquarius, are going to peak. The ones who have moon in Pisces will see the settling period very soon. So basically, it's a very simple concept of Saturn transiting over moon. Okay, now is Sadesati good or bad? Well, it is not always bad. If you go through my episode on malefics and benefits, Saturn can be a very benefic planet for certain kinds of zodiac ascendants. In those cases, Sadesati is very good. For the rest, it can be difficult, and difficult means what? It can be as bad as death in the family, losing jobs, having a very difficult illness, and so on. And good, you can reach like leadership positions, or world leaders, or you can land up with your dream jobs, lotteries, childbirth, what have you. So it has its good and bad depending on the kind of ascendant you have in your zodiac ascendant you have in your birth chart. So contrary to popular belief that it's always bad and deadly, no, it depends on how Saturn is to you when you were in your birth chart. Is it your malefic planet or is it your benefic planet? If you still have queries on Sadesati as a concept, please share in your comments and I will try to respond. I'll see you soon in the next episode. Take care. Have a great day.